Imagine stepping into a lush Amish garden, where the scent of fresh earth and ripening tomatoes fills the air. These gardens are proof that you don't need chemicals to grow jaw-dropping, flavor-packed produce. The Amish are renowned for their exceptional farming skills, particularly when it comes to growing giant, mouth-watering tomatoes that are hard to find elsewhere. For instance, the Amish paste Roma tomato is a popular variety among gardeners, known for its large, heavy fruit that's perfect for rich sauces and thick pastes. These tomatoes take around 75 days to mature and thrive in full sun with well-drained soil, rich in organic matter. They emphasize natural methods like meticulous bee selection and careful composting also contribute to the distinct flavor and quality of their tomatoes. Places like the Plowboy Produce Auction in Etheridge, Tennessee, have become hubs for Amish farmers to sell their fresh produce, attracting customers who swear by the superior taste and quality of Amish-grown tomatoes. Let's see how they produce these giant tomatoes. Good seeds collection. The Amish are meticulous about selecting the right seeds for their giant tomato crops. To ensure this, they collect and save seeds from their best tomato plants, carefully selecting those that exhibit desirable traits such as size, flavor, and disease resistance. They often use heirloom tomato seeds, which are known for their unique characteristics and ability to be saved and replanted year after year. They typically select tomato plants that have performed well in previous seasons, looking for plants that have produced large, healthy fruit and shown resistance to disease and pests. The seeds are then extracted from the tomatoes, cleaned and dried to prevent spoilage. They often grow their giant tomatoes in small plots of land, ranging from 1 to 5 acres. Some of the most popular Amish tomato varieties include the Amish paste, known for its rich flavor and meaty texture. This variety is ideal for sauces, salsas, and canning. They also grow other heirloom tomato varieties, prized for their unique characteristics and ability to be saved and replanted year after year. The Amish communities in the United States, particularly in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, Medford, Wisconsin, Ohio, and Indiana, are known for their exceptional farming skills and high-quality tomato production. These regions provide ideal conditions for growing giant tomatoes with rich soil, ample sunlight, and careful attention to detail. Natural pest control and companion planting. When it comes to growing giant, chemical-free tomatoes, the Amish don't just hope for the best. They use smart, time-proven strategies like companion planting and natural pest control. By controlling pests naturally, farmers can increase their yield by up to 20 to 30%. Pests like hornworms, aphids, and nematodes can destroy entire plants or reduce yields, affecting fruit quality. If left unchecked, pests can cause significant losses to tomato crops. For instance, hornworms can eat through leaves and fruit, while aphids can transmit diseases that kill tomato plants. Instead of reaching for sprays or powders, they create mini ecosystems where each plant supports the other. For example, pairing tomatoes with basil not only boosts flavor, but also keeps pesky aphids and whiteflies at bay. And those cheerful marigolds? They're more than pretty faces. They help protect tomato roots by repelling nematodes. And it gets better. The Amish don't fight pests alone. They invite the good guys in, beneficial insects like ladybugs and lacewings, which feast on aphids and other destructive bugs that threaten tomato plants. Think neem oil, garlic spray, and diatomaceous earth. All powerful, chemical-free tools that protect tomatoes while keeping the soil and surrounding environment clean and healthy. It's about working with nature, not against it. The result? Bountiful, flavorful tomatoes that taste just as amazing as they look, and a growing space you can feel good about. Amish techniques for growing giant tomatoes. Growing giant tomatoes is an art that they have perfected over generations. Crop rotation, the foundation of giant tomatoes. Crop rotation is a cornerstone of gardening, and it's especially crucial when growing giant tomatoes. By rotating tomatoes with other crops like legumes and brassicas, They avoid depleting the soil of specific nutrients and reduce the risk of disease buildup. As the seasons change, they carefully plan their crop rotations to ensure that their tomato plants have the best possible start in life. The result is a robust, healthy plant that can support the weight of giant tomatoes. Mulching, locking in moisture and nutrients. Mulching is another smart technique Amish gardeners use to support healthy growth and boost giant tomato yields. A layer of organic mulch like straw, shredded leaves, or wood chips spread around the base of each plant helps lock in moisture and essential nutrients. This significantly reduces the need for frequent watering or added fertilizers. At the same time, mulch acts as a natural barrier against weeds, keeping competition for resources to a minimum. As it slowly breaks down, it enriches the soil with organic matter, improving its texture and fertility over time. Pruning and training, shaping the perfect tomato plant. Amish gardeners take the time to carefully shape their plants, removing lower leaves and weak shoots to boost airflow and minimize the risk of disease. This isn't just about tidiness. It's about setting the plant up to channel energy into producing big, healthy fruit. Instead of letting vines sprawl, they guide their plants upward using stakes, cages, or trellises. This vertical growth not only saves space, but also helps the tomatoes ripen more evenly and stay off the ground, where pests and rot love to lurk. As the tomatoes grow, they continue to prune and train the plants to ensure that they're producing the maximum amount of fruit. The result is giant tomatoes that amaze. The combination of crop rotation, mulching, pruning, and training results in tomato plants that are truly remarkable. On average, an Amish farmer can grow up to 500 to 700 pounds of giant tomatoes per acre per year. In comparison to other farming methods, Amish giant tomato production stands out for its focus on quality and quantity. While conventional farmers may produce larger quantities of tomatoes, they prioritize growing high-quality, chemical-free tomatoes that are rich in essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Amish farmers achieve these remarkable yields on relatively small plots of land, typically ranging from 1 to 5 acres. Despite the limited land area, they can produce a substantial amount of giant tomatoes, often exceeding 200 to 300 tomatoes per plant. This is due to their expertise in crop rotation, mulching, pruning, and training, which enables them to maximize their yields while minimizing waste. They also excel at preserving their harvest, with many families canning and preserving their giant tomatoes to enjoy throughout the year. This not only reduces food waste, but also allows them to stretch their growing season and stay self-reliant. A single Amish family can preserve up to 500 jars of tomatoes per year, providing a steady supply of nutritious food for their family and community, maintaining a healthy garden ecosystem. A healthy garden ecosystem is the foundation of successful giant tomato production. This approach not only promotes healthy growth, but also reduces the need for external inputs like fertilizers and pesticides. Amish farmers who prioritize biodiversity and natural methods can produce up to 300 to 400 giant tomatoes per plant, with each tomato weighing between 1 to 2 pounds, resulting in a yield of 500 to 700 pounds of giant tomatoes per acre, per year. The importance of biodiversity in a healthy garden ecosystem cannot be overstated. By growing a diverse range of plants, including flowers, herbs, and vegetables, gardeners can create a balanced ecosystem that supports beneficial insects and microorganisms. This approach can increase crop yields by up to 20 to 30% and reduce pests and diseases by up to 50%. Composting adds organic matter to the soil, improving its structure and fertility, while crop rotation breaks disease and pest cycles and improves soil fertility. Cover cropping protects and enriches the soil, reducing the need for synthetic fertilizers. With up to 500 to 700 pounds of giant tomatoes per acre per year, Amish farmers can enjoy a bountiful harvest of giant tomatoes that are rich in essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. The flavor and nutrition divide. Giant tomatoes versus chemically produced tomatoes. When it comes to tomatoes, the difference between giant, naturally grown tomatoes and chemically produced ones is like night and day. The taste alone is proof of the superiority of natural growing methods. Giant tomatoes, grown without chemicals, have a rich, complex flavor that's both sweet and tangy. The texture is firm but juicy, making them a delight to bite into. In contrast, chemically produced tomatoes often lack depth of flavor and have a watery texture. Beyond taste, the nutritional benefits of giant, naturally grown tomatoes far outweigh those of their chemically produced counterparts. The natural growing process ensures that these nutrients are preserved, providing a boost to overall health. Chemically produced tomatoes, on the other hand, may contain residues of pesticides and fertilizers, which can have negative impacts on human health. This method reduces the environmental footprint of tomato production, making it a more sustainable option. In contrast, chemically produced tomatoes often rely on resource-intensive farming practices that can harm the environment and deplete natural resources. Modern, commercially grown tomatoes, often bred for durability and high yields, frequently lack the flavor and texture of their naturally grown counterparts. Many of these tomatoes are picked green and ripened artificially, which can result in a less flavorful product. The use of chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and genetic modification can also impact the taste, appearance, and shelf life of tomatoes. These tomatoes often have a shorter shelf life and may not look as appealing due to the emphasis on durability over quality. Where naturally grown tomatoes, often found in local markets or home gardens, tend to have more vibrant flavors and textures and are typically produced with more sustainable and environmentally friendly practices. The benefits of growing giant tomatoes without chemicals are clear. The tomatoes become a symbol of their dedication and connection to the land, reflecting the Amish values of simplicity, self-sufficiency, and gratitude. Not only do these tomatoes taste better and offer more nutritional value, but they're also better for the environment. Whether you're a gardener or a consumer, making the switch to naturally grown tomatoes is a step in the right direction.